The Cowboys, meantime, waking up to a loss against the Falcons, all without Zeke, and so we want you to weigh in on our live poll this morning. Our question, can the Cowboys make it to the playoffs without Zeke? Go to WFA.com/vote. And let's, shall we, present that question to Mike Leslie, who's joining us here now to break it all down. I know it's more complicated than can they do it with him or without him, but yes, he's a key component here. He's absolutely a key component. It is important to recognize yesterday it wasn't just not having Zeke. It was not having left tackle Tyron Smith. It was not having linebacker Sean Lee. But if you're strictly asking me right now, do the Cowboys make the playoffs this season? Gun to my head, I'm saying no right now. I think yesterday's game was important in that entire process, and that was a win they needed, I think. I think at this point they're looking at probably missing it by just a little bit. And Sean Lee, for his own part in this, was impressive, but then was injured, as was another player. So now you've got two key players injured. Right. How do you factor that into all of this? And that's really the big issue here. Not having Zeke Elliott certainly makes a difference for this football team. Alfred Morris is not as good a runner of the football as Zeke Elliott is. But the bigger issue yesterday was not having left tackle Tyron Smith, who was injured before the game, was deemed out for this game, didn't make the trip, and then having Sean Lee get hurt in the first series or two. Not having him was a huge detriment to this Cowboys defense. They are a completely different football team with number 50 not on the field. So they play the Eagles next week, a great team. They play them here at home, and presumably this week they'll be working on figuring out strategies and plays against that team without Zeke. How do you think that's going to play out? Yeah, again, the first thing they need to do is try and get those two guys healthy. If they can get Tyron Smith healthy, that makes a big difference, because this Eagles defensive line is maybe the best in football. So if you thought it was rough without Tyron Smith this past week, it's going to be even harder this week if they don't have him. So yeah, they need to get guys healthy first, but then they need to figure out, they've got some schemes that they put in place for this game dealing without Zeke, but it's more complex. Come up with some new schemes, shall you? It's as simple as new schemes, really. Get healthy. Here's the poll. 55% of you saying yes. So it's pretty split here this morning in terms of whether the Cowboys can make the playoffs. Can they? Yes. Zeke. Do they? I think at this point I'm saying no. Yeah, there's a difference there in that question, nuance, isn't it? All right, thank you very much, Mike. As always, good to see you here on this Monday morning.